What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.
Because the 360 degrees of consciousness, as I said, they say we use 10% of our brains, but we really only use 10% of our consciousness. So if you look at, and this is validated if you watch, if you look at a brain scan, a CAT scan, there's a full brain capacity, like the whole motherfucking brain changes color. So that means there's 100% brain activity. Consciousness is something that has nothing to do with your brain. You feel what I'm saying? The brain is a thing. It's not, you know what I mean? I'll get into that later, or another time. But when you operate from 10% of your consciousness, right? How much is that? So if we understand within the finite consciousness realm, we have 360 degrees of consciousness, right? 10% of 360 is 36. So we're looking at 36 degrees of consciousness, right? So they say maximum you only gonna use 10%. So watch how I break this shit down. So you go from your root chakra up to your solar plexus, right? That is going to be 8 degrees plus 16 degrees plus 24 degrees. That is a total of 48 degrees, right? 10% of 360 is 36 degrees. So there's 12 degrees missing within that. So if you pay attention to how, a lot of us, we don't know who we are. It's purposely designed like that. You fit into a mold, you go to school, you go to everything, so you can conform to that. That keeps you from that final 12%, 12 degrees of consciousness to ascend outside of to ascend to the mastery of your solar plexus. This shit is strategically done. So then go back to what I was saying blocks each one. Fear blocks the root chakra. Guilt blocks the sacral chakra. Shame blocks the solar plexus, right? So these are where it gets so the fear, what was the first thing that invoked the fear on us is our beliefs. You feel what I'm saying? Our beliefs, the religious doctrines that we take in, the religious doctrines that we impact, the media, all of that shit, is fear-based. Everything is fear-based to keep you on that root chakra, because if you're on that root chakra, you're only operating from 8 degrees of consciousness. Remember, 36 degrees of consciousness is 10%. You feel me? Motherfuckers is afraid of 36 degrees of consciousness. Fuck you think they gonna do when 360 degrees is matched? But anyway, so the 8 degrees of consciousness is the root, and it's like fear. If you fear anything, you can't get above that. So here's why the conceptualization of deities are what they are today. You're taught to fear a deity, right? This is not me trying to, I'm not trying to convert anybody, I just want people to understand their deity so you don't have to fear them. Because that which you don't understand is what you fear. You feel what I'm saying? To understand it means you no longer fear it. That you fear it, then you go above that aspect. So it is what it is when it comes to getting out of what you're supposed to get out of that. But the fear is what they keep you bound to. You feel me? That's what keeps you at your root chakra. So when you believe in a deity or accept the reality that you should fear a deity, right? And motherfuckers can say all day, I haven't given the spirit of fear, but this very deity says fear it. Fuck you. You're delusional. You're not making no motherfucking sense, yo. For real. You feel what I'm saying? So when you accept that, I only fear this deity. I fear nothing else, but I fear the power of this deity. I fear this, whatever. And you don't know where that deity is. But yet that deity is everywhere and in everything. What are you going to fear? You're going to fear everywhere you go, and you're going to fear everything you see. Because you never know when this deity is going to invoke itself. You feel what I'm saying? That's some powerful shit, because it keeps you at your root chakra. You feel what I'm saying? It keeps you at your root chakra, because that fear of what could potentially happen, the greatest, we don't want the punishment of going to hell. That's the common thing with all of these systems. You know what I mean? It's going to hell. So here's the thing with hell, and here's a conceptualization on how to break that fear of hell. We acknowledge that we're all spiritual beings, energy on the inside. We say we can't, our physical shell can't go with us to where we're going, but yet they threaten you with a physical pain. Your energy can't burn in hell. Pass through, you ever took a laser pointer, you pass it through a flame. It doesn't burn, you don't smell it. I'm just saying, just gotta really think about that shit. But that's the pivotal point to get you to fear. You feel what I'm saying? So when you fear, you don't ascend above your root chakra, right? But let's say you master that. You understand your deity. You can see that, you tap into your Bible verse or whatever verse it is that says, ye are God. So you accept that shit within yourself. And you say, okay, cool, I have no reason to fear this deity. So therefore, I don't fear anything or anywhere I go anymore. That's what it is. But the very next implementation, when you get up to the sacral chakra, is guilt, right? Guilt is that tricky shit. You know what I'm saying? So even if you don't fear it anymore, you might start feeling guilty for not. You feel what I'm saying? You really might start feeling guilty for not.